Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Ascended Warrior. How are you doing this Friday? I'm sure a lot of you are just getting off of work. I'm sure some of you still have a couple hours left to work and are looking forward to the weekend. I wanted to continue on the topic that we had been working on for quite some time. The last couple weeks, we've been talking a lot about suicide. And one of the things that I have noticed in my own circles of friends, specifically in the military circles, is that suicide is often it's a product of guilt. The soldier, the first responder, the child that's feeling like committing suicide has taken a lot of the stress of the world around them and really internalized it and blame themselves for something. In the military, it's often that we've seen or done something that we cannot cope with anymore. We have been exposed to some really dark elements of the world. And once you've seen those elements, it's very easy to internalize that and say, I'm a bad person. I have done bad things. I don't deserve comfort. I don't deserve to be healthy. I don't deserve to be happy. And that layer of guilt really keeps you stuck in a cycle of unhappiness. It keeps you stuck in depression because you almost feel like you deserve it. And I think it's that cycle of depression that is really a precursor to the suicidal thoughts. Because in some part of you, you think you don't deserve to live, that you don't deserve to be happy. Suicide is not always an escape from the pain of life. It's another way of punishing ourselves, of thinking that we aren't worth loving, even by ourselves. So to continue that conversation, I didn't want to just leave it at, hey, let's talk about suicide. Let's make sure that conversations about suicide are on the table. To get that taboo away, to take that fear away of confronting what is really a very, very human experience, which is pain. I want to talk about the guilt portion of that. There's an ancient Hawaiian prayer and tradition of forgiveness. Now, when I was taught this, it's called the Ho'oponopono. And when I was taught this, often I aimed this forgiveness prayer at other people. Specifically, when I lost my career, my most recent career, I was furious that these men who had victimized me could then victimize me over and over and steal my career. So that hatred was really building up inside of me and becoming something cancerous. So I aimed a forgiveness prayer at them. And I would picture them in my mind and I would say this forgiveness prayer. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. And I would just say it daily. Maybe for 30 seconds a day, I would just picture that person and just repeat that prayer over and over. What I realized by doing this, by pointing this prayer out, was that I was missing a really key piece to healing. And that was forgiving myself. Forgiving myself for putting myself in that, for having ended up in that situation, for how I behaved in that situation, for how I let it really drag me down and affect me. I took a lot of guilt from that. And instead of focusing my forgiveness first on myself so that I was in a strong enough place to forgive and let go, I externalized it. And I forgave everybody but myself. So what I want to do with the Ascended Warriors, or what I challenge you to do, is do a 30-day Ho'oponopono challenge where you aim forgiveness at yourself, where you go into a meditative state, and it can be really quick. It can be something that you're doing in the morning as you're getting ready for work. It can be the last thing you do before you go to sleep. You can sit there with your eyes closed and just take a couple deep breaths. Picture yourself and say, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. And picture yourself while you're saying this prayer for 30 days. Do this once a day for 30 seconds. Do it in the bathroom when you're sitting in front of a mirror. Just stand in front of a mirror for 30 seconds. Repeat it 5 times, 10 times, while picturing yourself. It doesn't matter if it's linked to a specific event or just in general. And I want to hear how 5 days goes, how 10 days goes, how in 30 days of doing a consistent forgiveness prayer for you will change your life, will open you up to a level of love for yourself that you might never have experienced before. And I'm going to be posting reminders in the Ascended Warrior group. If you're not a member of that, please join and post your updates. Let other people know how it's going. Because if you can love yourself and forgive yourself for 30 seconds every single day, it will change your life. It will take away that guilt and that fear that is keeping you in depression. It will get rid of that feeling that you are unworthy, that you don't deserve to live, that you don't deserve to love, that you're a victim, because you're not. If that appeals to you, try this for 30 days. And what I'm going to do for whoever can make it through 30 days, will get a free 30-minute session with me to go through your dream work or to do a regression session. And all you have to do is do this challenge for 30 days. When I post the updates in the group, just come in and say how you're doing. Give it a like. Tell me what day you're on. 30 consecutive days. And this is a win-win for you. Change your life. You have the power to change your life in something this simple. So we're going to try one right now. So I want you to sit down and close your eyes. Just take a couple deep breaths. Don't need to worry about what the day's doing. Just a couple deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. One more. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Now continue to breathe deeply and just picture yourself. Use your imagination to picture yourself exactly as you are right now. See what clothes you're wearing. See how your hair is done. Where are you sitting or laying? Picture yourself in as much detail as possible. Now I want you to imagine looking at yourself in your eyes and saying this phrase after me. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. Now you can sit in this space and repeat that phrase as many times as you want. Send that love and forgiveness to you, regardless of what you've done or you feel you've done, regardless of what you feel you deserve. Try this. Offer yourself this opportunity. What do you have to lose? And as I post every day in the group, Ascended Warrior, I'll post Ho'oponopono Challenge Day 1. Just come in there, say holler, let me know that you're a part of this challenge, and at the end of 30 days, you can get a free session with me. It's a win-win. Try this. Let me know how it goes. And forgive yourself, because you are a divine being, and you don't deserve to suffer. I love you. I will be back sometime next week. I hope you guys have a great weekend.